Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now tonight I'm sat here with my trusty Troughton cup of tea to discuss a serious topic. Big Finish. Should you delve? Yeah, that'll do it. I'll do it nicely. Ooh, jelly babies. Oh, when it comes to Big Finish, it's got to say I am very new to it. I started listening properly in university back in, what was it, 2016, 2015, 2016. And back then I didn't have a lot of time for audiobooks as I was studying drama at the time and I had less of a nightlife and more of an anti-social life because I was up to my neck in paperwork. But that's where audiobooks come in, where it gives you a chance to sort of switch off. And the experience I had at the time, and I think my first story was actually the first series of Paul McGann on Big Finish, because I'm lucky enough that I've got a friend that gave me the mass majority of Big Finish. And over the last few months, while I've been listening to the ones that he gave me, I've been purchasing some of the latest titles. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is to sort of recommend whether you should do it or not. Because in Doctor Who, we are quite lucky that we've got more than one media to go to. We've got games, we've got books, and we've got the big elephant in the room, which is Big Finish, which is an alternate to the television. I had a quite interesting conversation on Reddit about 2 nights ago with a young gentleman who said he will not listen to Big Finish until they animate it. I didn't know this was a thing. Apparently it's something they're contemplating after they helped out the BBC studios with the animated show Dalek. But that's not why I'm here. Tonight I'm here to answer the serious question of, should you delve into Big Finish? If you love Doctor Who, which if you're watching my channel you most probably do, it's got to be said that delving into Big Finish is a very, very hardcore fan thing for Doctor Who. You're a big fan of Doctor Who if you're doing Big Finish because it's not cheap. I think I bought Peladon the other day, and I think it was what, £30. I think it was it £29.99 or something. I bought Peladon for the other day. I'm currently, that's gone on the back burner because I'm currently still working through my backlog of the 5th Doctor. Because me, I like to do things linear. I like to do things with the story. I'll watch, obviously, the TV show, and then during the night I will listen to the Big Finish audio, and I only listen to one chapter a night, but it most certainly helps out with my state of mind, and especially when we had that first lockdown, Big Finish was an absolute godsend because it was a little bit of normality in the mad times that we lived in. But the conversation I had on Reddit, the man was quite adamant that he wasn't going to get Big Finish at all until they animated it. And what I was trying to say to him is, when you've worked in a form of media such as I have, it's very difficult to make one thing another. And what I mean is by that, Big Finish is made for listening and the TV show is made for watching. That may sound a little bit too simple, but that's exactly what it is. Because if you put a Big Finish audio through a Dolby surround sound, you're going to hear something at the back of the room. And that's not made for TV, that's made specifically for your headset, for you to get lost in and to imagine the situation. Because it's like they say, for the love of stories, Big Finish. And during the first part of the pandemic and the lockdown, Big Finish for me was a very, very large focal point because I was able to blitz through quite a number of stories. I think I listened to the Sixth Doctor Last Adventure, which I thought was fantastic. My friend gave it to me, and then I further on and bought it because I think it's a fantastic story. Obviously, the Paul McGann whole series, I think 1 to 4, I listened to in university. I think there's been a couple more. I haven't listened to Dark Eyes. I haven't listened to the Dark Coalition yet. I haven't got round to it for the simple fact I'm a very, very straightforward guy. I would rather do it in order, but unfortunately, during lockdown, I got to listen to the Fifth Doctor first because I was given some advice by a friend that if you're going to start Big Finish, start with a Doctor that you relate with. I relate more towards Matt Smith's Doctor, which is the 11th Doctor, and I've heard a couple of 11th Doctor adventures with Jacob Dudman, the impressionist, and he does a fantastic performance as the 11th Doctor, but you can tell by some twangs in his voice that it's not Matt Smith, and it is quite off-putting. But the other thing I've got to say is I do thoroughly enjoy the Fifth Doctor, because in my household, as you've seen in a video and previously on my channel celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Fifth Doctor, in my household Peter Davison is quite a big thing, and I was lucky to meet him at Telford Comic Con, and I told him as such, and I was lucky enough to meet him, and hopefully one day I will meet him again. So I've started to listen to Big Finish, and when lockdown happened and I was walking the dog and I was listening to Big Finish podcast and everything, it was a new thing for me. But this is my experience. Now, to get to the question at hand, should you give it a try? Think about it financially and not as a fan. Because the simple fact that financially right now the country is in a bit of a desperate state. Like me, I live in a council house. Things are very, very tight, and you can't go every month splurging 30 quid here, there, everywhere on Big Finish box sets. The Big Finish box sets, I would say, are averaging about the same price as the Doctor Who Blu-rays, which I have currently on the shelf behind me. For some reason, I don't know why they're so expensive, but some of them are just linear stories that you could buy for $12.99, part of the monthly range. But then you get some of them that are $29, some of them are even £35. What you want to do is try and find somewhere where you can sneak in if you really want to give Big Finish a taste. Now tonight I'm not going to give you any recommendations. I'm just here to answer the question of, is Big Finish worth a try? Yes, it is. Every day of the week it is worth a try, because some of the stories with the Fifth Doctor and the Eighth Doctor and the Sixth Doctor that I've listened to, I've thoroughly enjoyed. Am I gutted it wasn't animated or put on TV? Of course, but you can't do that, and it's a different form of media. And I've got to admit, I agree with Colin Baker. I don't think I've had a terrible experience with Big Finish yet. I haven't had a story where I've been totally bored out of my mind to the point where I've turned it off, like I've done with more than one episode in the current era. So yeah, I would give Big Finish a try. It's try and jump in where you think that Doctor. It's the advice I'd give, because I don't think I'd change a thing about jumping in with the Fifth Doctor, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's like the one I'm currently on is Aquitaine. I will put no, not Aquitaine. I finished Aquitaine yesterday. Tonight I'm currently starting a new one called the Peterloo Massacre. Now that one's based in Manchester, if I'm not mistaken, if I know my history. It's about the riots in Manchester. It's going to be quite exciting, and I think it's with Nissa and Tegan, which is going to be quite exciting. But yeah, my answer to the big question is, should you give Big Finish a go? Yes, give it a go. It is genuinely good fun. But I do recommend what my friend said to me. Go with a Doctor that you like, and go with a Doctor that you know. Because I jumped in with 8, and he didn't really connect with me, even though he was my first Doctor that introduced me to Doctor Who back in the 90s. to go from TV to audio with him was quite difficult, but to go to the audio with Five with Peter Davison has been a much easier transition, and it has been a ball to listen to at night. Sometimes I've even cast through the whole box set because I genuinely can't put the story down. So I thought I'd let you join me with my cup of tea and my thoughts here tonight. And if you enjoyed the video, please drop me a like. And if you'd like to continue to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to work my way up to 200 subscribers. Have yourselves a lovely evening, guys. And enjoy your cup of tea. Good night, guys.